Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boy clothes, 1975. A used world's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug me. Long boys clothes, 1975.
So I'm talking over me filming with my camera because I actually bothered to well, I didn't bother to go, out in the wild today. I say out in the wild. I do apologise about like the the slimline screen and the dodgy rotation of it, but it's on my mobile phone. But basically, my mum's very good at picking up on my Facebook page, about when I'm having a bad day or something like that, which is not entirely true because I've been having a wonderful week. So she said, let's go and get you some fucking retro games and shit. And like, cool. So we went to the boardwalk. And they have my favourite pink planet in ever. It's a wonderful pink planet. Haven't been there for a while. Although that said, they don't stock GameCube games anymore. That I'm really annoyed about because I love the GameCube. They have a bunch of fucking, kind of airsoft pistols and shit, and a massive amount of DVDs. But yeah, they do. You know what? They at least. Hang on 1 second, people. You might see it in a second. They do at least have a massive amount of still technically my favourite system. Modern system. Is it a modern system? I don't know. Kind of technically a modern system, but I have a massive amount of Wii games, which I really do like. So I took a bunch of games and I traded them, and they gave me 65 quid in sort of credit, and because it was either 65 quid or like 35 quid in cash, so I just went bollocks to it. I'm going to be completely selfish and blow all that budget on me, and that's what I did. And yeah, Pink Planet, you know what, you're not perfect, but I accept your limitations, and I do kind of like them in the sense that if you want to trade, you get very fair prices, but if you want to accept the fact that you have to spend them back at the store, then do it, people. Hey YouTube, Longboys Post 1975. Pickups in the wild. You're gonna have to excuse me. I really shouldn't keep doing videos after I've just eaten. I just had a kebab. I had a chicken doner and lamb shish, and it was absolutely lovely. So I'm just gonna wash that down. Seriously, man, stop watering. By the way, Desperado's tequila flavoured beer. If you've not tried this stuff, get on it. You need this shit in your life. It's fantastic. Plus, also, it's cheeky too. It's 6%. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, waffling right at the start. Pickups in the wild. I certainly wasn't planning on buying anything, particularly this close to Crimbo. I mean, I've still got to finish getting my presents, for fuck's sake. But yeah, my mum said, do you want me to pick you up and take you downtown? I'm driving. We'll go to the boardwalk. And I'm like, I haven't been to the boardwalk in ages, and I quite like it. Although it's a charity shop down now, and turned into an appliance store, which is a bit annoying because it used to be quite a good charity shop. But as you saw in the clip at the start there, by the way, I decided to talk over the top of it again because I'm pretty sure with the amount of Christmas shit, don't get me wrong, I love Christmas, but the Christmas shit they pump out, across the radio waves in stores this time of year, it gets irritates and gets on my tits, and I'm pretty sure that would have been good for a strike. So I decided to talk over the top, and as you probably saw in that clip, or I talked about in that clip, which is well, that's one of my favourite pink planets. I bought my Saturn there, I bought my Atari 7800 there. Really annoyed that they stopped carrying GameCube games. They always used to carry them, they always used to have really good selection. And yeah, and I asked, and they go, well no, it's just us, everyone else does. Anything you're after in particular is like Luigi's Mansion. They phoned us at a store and they no longer had it, and you didn't need to know any of that. But yeah, genuinely quite gutted that they don't have GameCube games anymore, and another place falls that it was always good to buy those beasts, because they're kind of getting a bit, obviously some titles more so than others, kind of get a little bit more difficult to find, out in the wild now, at least in my neck of the woods. Hang on, slurpy. Oh, it is cheeky, mind. And yeah, so what I did was I took about 5 360 games, all pretty recent, sort of newish ones, including Alien Isolation, because I just finished it. And I thought, well, that's got to be good for a few quid. And I got 65 quid trade, or was it 35 quid cash? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take that 65 quid and I'm going to be a complete selfish prick and I'm going to spend it on myself in its entirety. Now, if you saw my Facebook picture, I think it's safe to say the system I concentrated on. Because while yes, they don't carry GameCube games, they do a massive selection of Wii. And as you know, I still love and adore the Wii. Now, some of these might surprise you, but there are a couple that are just out of pure curiosity because I missed them the first time around. Well, I didn't get my Wii until 2007, but I do remember when it, when everyone was trying really hard to get it, and you couldn't get it for love or money. It was, it was rarer than rocking or shit. Steamed initial launch games, stuff like Far Cry, Red Steel, and this, which is the first one I decided to pick up. I think in the end I paid about 3 quid of my own money or something. Excuse me, Wendy Pops. Cheeky, told you. Yeah, Blazing Angels, Squadrons of World War II. It does look really, really nice on the back. I like World War II games. I really, really do. Whether this was a Wii exclusive, I honestly don't know. I'm slightly worried. I was curious about it when it was first released, before I had my Wii, because obviously that was before we realised that until Motion Plus came along. Some of the motion controls were a tad ropey, if you know what I mean, but it says, experience a true feeling of flight, new motion sensing technology. And so I'm like, so this is either going to be fun and curious, or it's going to play like a bucket full of shit. No spoilers, people. I want to find out firsthand, but I mean, I paid $4.99 for this, which I guess you could say is probably over the odds for such an old game, but it's in really good nick. It's got a manual, and I haven't checked any of the discs yet, and disc is pretty saucy. So yeah. This is something literally I bought on, it piqued my curiosity. So yeah, I thought that was, not bad for $4.99. This one, I honestly didn't know this was on the Wii. It's the only driver game I've not actually played. Again, it's boasting about motion controls, although how old is it? 2007. Yeah, it's old. But yeah, it's boasting about motion controls because it's saying, experience a new feeling of driving, and so it really could be bad, but that's Driver, Parallel Lines. The minute I saw this, I thought, I gotta have it. This is the one game in the Driver franchise that I've not played, and I really, really want to experience it. I know a few other people talk very highly of it. I know Dean from Escape to Gaming talks very highly of it. I mean, when I saw this, it was him, I thought about it and thought, oh, you know what, I've definitely got to get a bit of that in my life. I like the fact that it runs, when it says Parallel Lines, is because some of it's in 1978 and some of it's in 2006, and I guess you go back and forth between them, which don't know how it plays out because I've never played it, but it does sound like a really cool gameplay mechanic. But again, it's complete, which is always good. You can always argue places like Pink Planet, they're good for that, but then they're not. But we'll get to that. What's a disc like? Disc's absolutely immaculate. Saucy! Right. It's an 18 certificate as well, so that does bode well. That was $4.99. I've said it before and I'll say it again, Pink Planet. It's obsolete saying, well, it's $39.99 and cross it out because we're giving it to you for $4.99. Yeah, fucking A, it's 2007. That's just what I don't get why you do that. It's crap. Oh, where did that come from? This one, hang on, saucy, cheeky. This one was just a curiosity purchase. And it's Avatar Into the Inferno. I got no idea what it plays like. I'm assuming based on its source material, it's a 3D fighter or 3D exploration. Well, 3D exploration, because there's a screenshot on the back where it looks like you got some sort of, well, I don't know, open world exploration mechanic. And it says absolutely nothing on the back apart from the fate of the world lies in the hands of Aang and his friends as they prepare for the battle of their lives. Alright, don't give too much away. How old is this? 2008? Yep, again, they're all old, which you would expect from the price. $6.99. Oh, it's Nickelodeon as Avatar, who knew? Wasn't there a really shit live action movie? I quite like the TV show, which is why I thought I'll give this a pop. Now, I could be getting confused because one of my friends speaks very highly of another Avatar game, but chances are that's not this, and chances are, well, definitely it's not this because he didn't own a Wii. Complete manual, saucy, disc, absolutely minty fresh. So yeah, again, this is a curiosity purchase. this one we'll do next, because I honestly did not know this is on the Wii U. It's funny, you forget that there are quite a lot of games on the Wii U if you bother to go on Amazon and just type in Wii U games, and then you're like, holy shit. But at least to my mind, it's sort of generally my consensus is there aren't that many games because they never show up in the high street. So I was quite surprised that if you look at the start of the video, they actually had the double pack of Bayonetta in this store, which is quite reasonable, 39 quid for both games. And I was really tempted, but I thought I'm not blowing half of my trade on that, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I saw this and I genuinely didn't think it was on the Wii U. Now I mean, I've got Mario Kart 8, but you can argue, well, that is a driving game. It's super fun, one of the best games on the system. It's not a driving game, and I'm really hankering for a driving game on there. I mean, I'm not going to get fucking Forza or Gran Turismo or shit like that. So when I saw this, I thought, for 20 quid, I'll have a pop. Most Wanted U. Now again, people, no spoilers. If it's shit, I don't want to know. If it's brilliant, you can tell me that actually. And yeah, it gives absolutely nothing away on the back, apart from the fact that you can play it entirely on the gamepad if you want to, and I do quite like that option. It sounds stupid, people. Some people say, well, what's the point? But when you sometimes it's nice just to sit there in bed, you know, and play it on the pad. Just saying. But yeah, so I got no idea. Obviously, it's got exclusive features. I guess it would be like equivalent to a Game of the Year edition. But apparently, you can use the pad, you know, for certain things, hands-on tricks and stuff in the game. But again, never played it. Excuse me, more windy pops. Quite like, you know, some of the Need for Speed games, particularly more so the early ones, and obviously by that I mean COF 3DO version. But yeah, 20 quid, don't know if that's a good price, but it ain't complete, which I'm kind of a little bit, you could have said so on the front of the box. You used to do that in Pink Planet, actually. Do you remember you used to put a little piece of masking tape on the front of the box that said, no soup for you, if it didn't have a manual? This is fucking hell. Ooh. You know what, for something that's in such good nick, how come whoever owned it prior to this was such a knob jockey that he lost the manual? Now this one, I'm pretty sure the bloke looks at me weird when I bought it in the shop, meaning it's obviously certainly doesn't hold its value, which you would expect because it's a sports game. But my brain, because I'm trying to play as many of these giveaways, wrestling games as I can right now. I'm on a big wrestling kick, mainly thanks to, you know, being involved with the Slamcast. And yeah, TNA Impact Wrestling, $1.99. So it's either shit, or it's just because automatically any sports game that is released is like a fucking laptop or an iPhone, it's immediately obsolete. Plus there's no manual. I don't even give a shit about checking the disc. For $1.99, yeah, obviously it's got Sting in it, so I thought, bollocks, I'm having a pop at that for $1.99. And that's it for games. I picked up a couple of DVDs. One isn't a given. I've owned it so many times. I've owned like Director's Cut, and then I always end up trading stuff in and losing it. And whenever I see it, you know, for a quid, then it's a given that I'll buy it, even if I'm only going to watch it once to just, you know, oh yeah, you know, reignite my passion about it, and then possibly trade it on again. Which is, you could argue, that's, to me at least, it's signs of a good movie, or certainly a nostalgic movie, part for childhood. And that's the classic 1985, 86, dependent upon where you are. Transformers, the movie, the animated one, still the best Transformers movie, period. That was in St. Peter's Hospice. St. Peter's Hospice up by Boardwalk now do this really, really cool thing. It's what they call a clearance centre. Nothing in the entire charity shop is over a £5. The idea being nothing sits in there too long and stuff just keeps going in and going out and making a lot of money for charity. And I like shit like that. I thought that was absolutely brilliant. No, was it? No, that was Age UK. I do apologise. Ignore that statement about St. Peter's Hospice. In fact, no, save that for my box set. The other one I picked up in Age UK, for another one for 99p. This is an absolutely underrated gem of a movie starring Nathan Fillion. And if you know it or you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's absolutely fantastic. Gory, really good sense of humour. And that would be Slither. All I'm going to say is, no spoilers, if you see this movie for a quid, you fucking buy it. This movie is absolutely fantastic, and Fillion just fucking is awesome in it. Now, here's the last one, which I did buy from St. Peter's Hospice, and it was $4.99, hence 1p under that price bracket. And as soon as I saw it, I just thought, I'm having this. I'm absolutely having this. It's a given that modern TV shit. Sorry, modern TV shit. Maybe it's me having a bone for nostalgia, you know, my youth. But when I saw the entire complete first season of Magnum PI for $4.99, I thought, holy shit, I'm getting some of that in my life. Obviously the show that made Tom Selleck, and the reason he couldn't play Indiana Jones, set in Hawaii, and he's a private eye, hence the PI. Never understood that when I was a kid, but I was stupid. this is just a random thing to anyone out there in UK land. It just dawned on me, but couldn't you argue that Bergerac was our, sorry people in North America and the rest of the world, but look up Bergerac. Couldn't you argue that Bergerac was our equivalent of Magnum PI, although I think Bergerac was a police officer and exactly how much crime happens on Jersey. But think about it, lone bloke on an island, Jersey, you know, and drives a sports car, Triumph Roadster. Just saying, Bergerac, UK version of Magnum. I have a hankering to watch Bergerac right now. But yeah, I love this back in the day. It's 1, 2. Oh, you can see the disc without taking them out the back. Sorry, it's complete. So you easily, for you know, a £5. What was Higgins' deal? Why did he live with Higgins? That Family Guy sketch kicks in now. No, Higgins, you've had yours. But yeah, so I thought I'm having that for a £5. So nothing too spectacular. The whole point was I just want to maximise the money I could get out of my trade and just kind of do that. It's good now and then, not just to buy point for stuff, that certainly for the sake of buying stuff, because I never do that, but just, you know, if it feels like you're not wasting your own money if it's a trade, even though you are, because you've already spent that money prior. But sometimes it's just nice to I don't know, just, you know, curiosity purchases, if that makes sense. Anyway, that was my pickups in the wild. I think it's safe to say the last for this year, and I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.